food shortages are escalating at an alarming rate, threatening to dispute lives and economies worldwide. With the population expected to skyrocket to 9.7 billion by 2050, experts warn we'll need a staggering 50% increase in food production just to keep up with an impossible feat without radical change. Grocery prices are already spiraling out of control, with essentials like eggs reaching eye-watering prices, and many blame inflation, tariffs, and fragile supply chain for the chaos. In the face of this looming crisis, science fiction is becoming a reality. Imagine biting into a juicy burger that never came from a cow, but was grown in a lab cultivated with animal cells. In this video, we'll uncover 10 foods made in the lab that you could be eating right now. Ooh. And this is why this might be our only way to help sustain mankind. I gotta get out of here. That failed experiment blew up and caused the lab to catch on fire. Oh, goodness. Making fish in the lab. Could artificial seafood be a better day's catch? Overfishing has severely harmed wild fish populations, and fish farms are not able to meet the expanding high demand. Could we one day consume fish created in the lab? Artificial fish farms are helping to relieve the strain on wildlife populations, and a handful of scientists believe they have a solution to the growing epidemic. Currently, there are several scientists in labs today creating fish. This is how they discover ways to harvest fish stem cells and cultivate them into commercially feasible amounts of edible meat. Stem cells are a type of cell presented in embryos and adults that may develop into a variety of specialized cells. They can develop into muscle tissue that makes up the majority of the sections of the fish that people eat. Very soon, lab-grown fish. Ooh, this place is getting out of control. Okay, again, lab-grown fish might be the only way you can have your low country boil. I have to get out of here. Cloning technology. Today, animals such as cows, pigs, goats, and sheep are cloned. Just like this. In labs to preserve desirable traits such as faster growth, richer milk, and leaner meat. Now, the cloned animals aren't eating themselves, but their offspring quietly into our food supply. These clones are virtually identical to the natural-born counterparts. Supporters argue that cloning technology could revolutionize food security, reduce diseases, and even decrease antibiotics use. You know, the bad stuff. But the process raises deep ethical questions. Are we playing God with nature? While cloning promises a futuristic feat, it also forces us to confront what it means to engineer life for the sake of taste and efficiency. Oh, glad you guys finally made it to my lab. Using stem cells to make meat. Imagine biting into a burger that didn't require raising or killing a single animal. Welcome to the world of lab-grown meat, also called clean meat. Instead of growing an entire cow, scientists just take a small tissue sample and use its stem cells to grow muscles in a lab. These cells multiply, stretch, and bulk up until they form the same kind of meat you'll find at the butcher, minus the suffering. One cow biopsy could create enough meat for 80,000 burgers, According to Mosa Meat, not only could this revolution reduce animal cruelty, but it also might cut down pollution and waste from traditionally farming. Now this is my favorite one, cockroach milk. What if the future of nutrition comes from cockroach milk that feeds us young with shimmering protein crystals? This cockroach milk contains 3 times the energy of regular milk and is lab grown by milking insects, but by engineering microorganisms to replicate the protein behind sealed lab doors. Scientists are turning something once considered disgusting into a gleaming, high-efficiency food source. NASA's already eyeing it for space missions, betting this unsettling super milk could sustain humans where Earth's food can't follow. It's not in your grocery stores yet, but the idea of sipping on cockroach milk is crawling closer to your plate than you think. It's delicious. Human cheese. Human cheese is made by taking bacteria from places like your skin, mouth, or belly button and using them to turn into milk into cheese, just like how regular cheese is made. Scientists extract these microorganisms, grow them in the lab, and introduce them to dairy to start the cheese making process. And the crazy thing about it is it's 100% edible. But don't worry, because human cheese is mainly made for art, education, or shock value. And it's not intended for sale or consumption. It's designed to challenge how we think about our bodies, microorganisms, and what counts as clean and disgusting. Despite the gross out factor, it highlights how closely our biology is linked to the foods we eat. For the next one, we have to go to a special location to make this type of food. But before we go, if you survived this journey so far, then subscribing and liking this video will be foodtacular. We finally made it. Okay. Protein made out of air. Imagine eating meat that was grown on a farm but brewed from outer space. I'm just kidding. But seriously, meat made in thin air. Air protein is created by feeding microorganisms a mixture of carbon dioxide, water, and minerals, then applying electricity to grow real protein. This process is called the probiotic production process, which is very similar to making yogurt. Inspired by NASA space survivor tech, this sci-fi process turns invisible air into food with zero soil, zero animal, and nearly zero water. The result is a flavorless powder that can become meat, enriched pasta, protein-rich cereal, protein shakes, and literally protein bars. And it literally pulls carbon out of the sky. It's not just food for the future, it's food from the atmosphere. So now let me get back down to Earth before I fall. Welcome to our underground lab. You probably wondering, what underground lab? Well, for this one, we gotta get small. And when I mean small, we gotta get really small.
All right, you ready to get shrunken now?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and back up and get this device ready.
Here we are in a tiny lab. If you're squeamish, you might want to close your eyes. There's a lot of creepy bugs here. Insect-based food is exactly what it sounds like. Meals made from crickets, mealworms, and fly maggots ground into fine powders that sneak into your snacks. These bugs are grown in clean, lab-like farms, kept cozy in dark spaces. These insects are fed leftover plants as if they were at a bug spa retreat. Now listen, some cultures eat whole roasted insects as snacks. Most Western cultures, like ours, use insects by grinding them into fine powder and mix them with other ingredients so that way you don't see any legs or antennas. Some foods have crickets, mealworms, and fly maggots blended into ingredients like protein bars, pancakes, cookies, chips, crickets, and other foods. You won't see any legs or wings, but you'll be eating what 2 billion people already munch on around the world daily. It's weird, it's real, and it's crawling its way into your diet, whether you like it or not. Another food that's probably in your refrigerator is fake cheese. Assistant, I need fake cheese. Processed cheese might look like regular cheese, but it's actually made in labs using emulsifiers, additives, and lab-grown enzymes. Instead of your cheese aging like traditional cheese, it's designed to melt smoothly, last longer, and taste exactly the same every time, making it perfect for fast food and packaged snacks. So the next time you eat a burger from McDonald's or that Sonic's grilled cheese, think about that fake cheese that never ages because it's 100% processed. It's more science than dairy, and it's probably in your fridge right now. Artificial coffee. Lab-grown coffee is brewed without beans, using high-tech microbes like engineered yeast to mimic the rich flavor, aroma, and caffeine of traditional coffee. Instead of fields and farms, this futuristic brew is made in fermentation tanks, slashing deforestation, water weights, and emissions. Scientists can even fine-tune the taste and strength, crafting custom blends never possible with real beans. But while it's a sustainable game changer, it still has to win over skeptical coffee lovers and survive the jump from lab to market. Speaking of the jump, assistant, I'm ready.
Number 10, inside out chicken. Chicken is now being grown from the inside out. No feathers, no beaks, just pure meat cultivated in a lab. Using real chicken cells, scientists feed and grow them into muscle tissues, creating meat without ever needing a living bird. It looks, tastes, and sizzles like the real thing, but without the blood, cruelty, or environmental destruction. Already served at some restaurants, this sci-fi meat revolution is real, though winning over skeptics diners is the next big battle. The future of food is no longer grown in fields or raised in barns. It's being engineered in glowing labs by scientists shaping what we eat at the cellular level. As we move deeper into a world of climate crisis, pandemics, and ethical dilemmas, lab-grown meat may be our strange and shocking lifeline. Will we embrace a future where meat never had a heartbeat, or are we crossing a line that should be left uncrossed? This could be a dawn of a cleaner, smarter, and eerie synthetic food revolution, or a step too far into a biotech-driven world. Drop your thoughts in the comments below and make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more cool videos like this. And until next time guys, I'll see you guys later.